These co-stars who hated each other off camera. Let's check it out.
Adam and Jamie from Mythbusters couldn't stand each other.
Jamie and I don't get along very well. That's not a secret.
Dude, but they act like the friendliest of dudes on camera, bro. I didn't even know this until this video just randomly dropped, guys. They're not friends? What? What? How is that possible? I mean, I pretend to be friends with another actor on stream all day for that freaking rip. Something to support my family, like, you know what I mean?
Drake and Josh weren't exactly buddies either.
We made this thing that people really love, but maybe we weren't that close.
However, let's begin by talking about
snap.
Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes, who ironically played the inseparable lovers Romeo and Juliet. Prior to filming the movie, the actors had spoken very highly of one another.
Claire Danes is the most fantastic young actress I've ever come across.
However, in his early days, Leo would always pull elaborate pranks on his co-stars, which was appreciated by some people on
Leonardo, guys?
set, but despised by others like Claire Danes. Try to pull
He's getting all parts of the emotional response
multiple pranks
to his actions here, guys.
Danes when the cameras weren't rolling and the young actor wasn't having it. It's rumored that the young actress found Leo a little immature. For the very same reason,
Okay, just a little immature.
DiCaprio found Danes to be uptight and overly serious.
Now, he might take it as a green light to do more, which would suck if you actually don't like having the trolling going on being done to you guys.
And as a result, according to some sources, the pair barely spoke to one another when not filming scenes together. Roughly 1 year later, Danes was offered but turned down the lead female role.
It would be hard to maintain a friendly relationship with everybody you're working with on set, right, guys? They'd be employing so many to help them.
In Titanic, with some speculating that she was simply uninterested in doing another film with DiCaprio. Despite this, the two have always talked highly of one another in public.
The dude is a genius. He's been a genius for decades now.
Which wasn't the path taken by Kevin Smith after figuring out that Bruce Willis was a complete and utter.
The music choices on these are, oh man, it scared me when he played a new track right there, guys.
Dick. The two had agreed to collaborate on a 2010 movie called Cop Out, and 2 years prior in 2008, Kevin Smith praised Bruce Willis for being his favorite actor and biggest inspiration. However, as the two began working
Let's go.
Together,
getting some praise on set, bro. That's a good thing.
Kevin Smith realized he should have never met his hero. Despite Smith being the film's director, Willis refused to take any direction, with Smith later stating, "I was going at it like Bruce, do it like this. I was directing Bruce the way I direct everybody else." And Bruce was like, "I've been acting like Bruce Willis for 25 years. Do you really think there's anything in—"
No, bro. It's almost like they're humans, and they have actual feelings, and they occasionally disagree. Nothing new, guys. But we must know the tea. We must know the tea.
You're gonna tell me that I don't know? At a later point during filming, Bruce Willis threatened to punch Kevin Smith, after which Willis had to be separately—
You want to take a swing at me? Sounds like something someone
photoshopped into the movie's posters.
If I grew up in that time era, it feels like something I would say. That's all I'm saying.
Refused to turn up to the photo shoots. On top of this, Willis failed to attend the party celebrating the movie's completion, where Kevin Smith made a toast stating, "I want to thank everyone who worked on the film, except for Bruce Willis." In a
Oh man, bro. There's two different ways that can be interpreted, guys. Two different ways. An endearing way and a very rude, hope he's not here to hear that kind of way. I'm sure somebody did that to me in the second way, but I wasn't there to hear it.
13 interview, Willis clapped back by stating, "Poor Kevin, he's just a whiner, you know. We had some personal issues about how we approached work. I don't have an answer for him. I'm never gonna call him out and lay him out in public. Sometimes you just don't get along." Although
he said, I want to lay him out real quick, but I can dish it out. Is he talking about dishing? Dissing him, guys? Or
Though this isn't the end of the story. After Willis was recently diagnosed with aphasia, Kevin Smith took
Dude, that's a pretty, that's actually a pretty scary diagnosis, man.
to Twitter writing, "Long before any of the cop-out stuff, I was a big Bruce Willis fan, so this is really heartbreaking to read. He loved to act and sing, and the loss of that has to be devastating for him. I feel like an asshole for my petty complaints from 2010, so sorry to BW and his family," which is a much nicer ending compared to that of Sylvester Stallone and Richard Gere.
Alright. That one had a good ending, guys. It's hard for me to, like, talk about the story before we go on to the next one, guys. You know how he, formulates his, storytelling here.
The two met whilst filming a movie called The Lords of Flatbush, where Stallone instantly disliked Gere's demeanor, stating, "We never hit it off. He would strut around in his oversized motorcycle jacket like he was the baddest knight at the round table, although the real argument came
I don't know who refers to themselves in medieval kind of style. Like, were they filming a medieval kind of movie or something?
when the two were eating lunch together. Stallone stated, "I was eating a hot dog
And then Sonny picks this kind of, like, different picture of Stallone here. Okay.
he climbs in with a half a chicken, covered in mustard with grease nearly dripping out of the aluminium wrapper. I said, that thing is gonna drip all over the place. He said, don't
Man, I like it when food is just like a tad bit messy like that, but not overly, you know?
worry about it, which was followed by Richard Gere spilling grease all over Stallone's pants. As a result, Stallone, quote, elbowed him in the
Snap,
side
it's getting, physical here, guys. What?
of the head, after which the director chose to replace Richard Gere with a different actor altogether.
Dang, bro. He didn't even fight back with violence, bro. He fought back with, non-violence, bro.
Despite this taking place more than 50
Dang, bro. It took a more mature approach, guys. For sure.
years ago, Stallone has stated, to this day he seriously dislikes me, which is an ending also shared by Ariana
Maybe don't elbow him in the head, guys.
Grande and Jeanette McCurdy
Ariana has beefs.
after their one and only season of Sam and Cat. When the show came to an end in 2014, Ariana Grande made an extensive heartfelt twitlonger thanking everybody involved in the production,
I didn't even know we were doing twitlongers back then, guys.
except for the other main co-star Jeanette McCurdy. This implied that the two weren't as close as the show suggested, which was
Hey, bro, it's always going to be like that in the movie business era, guys. They can have the same on-screen kind of like a personality as a real-life friendship or interactions.
confirmed at a later date when Jeanette stated the following.
She would have to miss work because she was being pulled in all directions. So she's got to do radio shows. She's got to do the Billboard Awards, the Grammys. She's performing at the Grammys, and I'm like acting on the show with a box because they decided that like for that week her character needs to be trapped in a box so she can go perform at the Grammys.
As a result of this, Jeanette would write, Ariana misses work in pursuit of her music career while I act with a box. I'm pissed about it and I'm pissed at her, jealous of her, before expressing further jealousy in her memoir by attacking Ariana's upbringing. Ariana grew up in
You're attacking her upbringing of all things, guys. Oh man, you're doubling down at this point. Wow.
Boca Raton, Florida, an incredibly wealthy, idyllic town with a healthy mum who could buy her whatever she wanted whenever she wanted. Gucci bags,
I'm sure most want to grow up this way.
fancy vacations, and Chanel outfits. Jeanette's hatred toward Ariana always felt pretty pathetic. However, the feud between Will Smith and Janet Hubert reached a whole new level of petty jealousy. Janet played Will Smith's auntie in Bel-Air and took an instant disliking to Will Smith as she felt it was unfair he'd been given a TV show at the age of 22. Will Smith later stated, I can
Bro, that's These past 6 months, that's like the personification of how I've been feeling, guys. But it's partially my fault, guys.
straight up say that Janet Hubert wanted the show to be the Aunt Viv of Bel-Air show. She said once, I've been in the business for 10 years, and this snotty-nosed punk comes along and gets a show. To her, I'm the Antichrist. While Alfonso Ribeiro, who played Carlton, also noted Janet was painful to work with. There were days when we were all on set and she would literally go off on people, and they got to a point by the time the second season came around where we're like, this is unacceptable. As someone who was seen as difficult, Janet was offered
Some Fresh Prince of Bel-Air drama. Not something I expected when waking up today, but we'll take it.
significantly less money to appear in the 4th season, encouraging her to quit, which is exactly what she'd do. However, this only increased her resentment toward Will, as she'd state, "There will never be a reunion, as I will never do anything with an a-hole like Will Smith."
But yeah, I know all about watching somebody become more successful. Just me in my 20s, watching everybody become like big YouTubers and stuff, and I'm just like sitting there being addicted and stuff. 20s were not fun for me, guys.
He is still an egomaniac and has not grown up. This constant reunion thing will never ever happen in my lifetime unless there is an apology, which he doesn't know the word. Despite stating that there wouldn't be a Fresh Prince reunion, it did eventually happen in November 2020, where more than 30
Snap, will you acknowledge it, guys?
years later, Janet was still convinced that Will had ruined her life, stating, "I hated what you did, I just hated what you did. You took my career away of 30-something years," as Will Smith's comments about her being difficult made it hard for Janet to land work afterwards. At the end of their talk, the two made up and apologized, although Nicki Minaj and Mariah
Sheesh, bro, that's something I did not know growing up about whatsoever.
Carey had no interest in doing so. They'd appear alongside one another in season 12 of American Idol, where their almost polar opposite personalities began to clash immediately.
Are you country? Are you country? Do you like country? Do you like country?
And I kind of feel like we're making
comments. I'm trying to help her. We're trying to help her.
Only beef I know Nicki Minaj having is her and Cardi B, guys.
As opposed to just
well,
talk about
I'm
her
gonna continue
outfit.
to speak.
Of course, you
well,
always
we're
do.
almost
Go ahead.
actually.
In a notable instance, the two had this argument mid-show.
Nobody said every moment. Oh, excuse me. The music will cut me off.
She's American Idol judge. What?
But can I make? Oh, darling, may I express this to her as a singer? I just feel like what maybe trying to be expressed is just sing from your heart the entire time, and your notes will continue to shine regardless of the dirt that gets splattered around you.
After which Nicki threatened Mariah with violence.
Multiple people heard Nicki say, "If I had a gun, I would shoot that."
Leading Mariah to state the following.
It felt like an unsafe work environment. I'm not going to take any chances, so yeah, I did hire more security.
In response to Mariah Carey's claims, Nicki responded by tweeting, "Hey y'all, let's just say Nicki said something about a gun. People will believe it because she's a black rapper."
Jeez, bro, this is right when I graduated high school, so I did not know about this. American Idol was a thing still then.
And hit up Barbara and Milk It, implying that Mariah had made the story up. Nicki then made another tweet reading, "I guess it hurts to have the producers tell you to your face that Nicki is the best judge we've had since Simon, or poor you, keep them lies coming," implying that Mariah was also simply not as good at judging. For obvious reasons, both judges quit the show after only one season, after which Mariah Carey stated this:
"That was the worst experience of my life. I would never want to be involved with it again." With
Drake Bell and Josh Peck holding a similar opinion about returning to their most famous show. While it seemed the two had a great time filming Drake and Josh,
Snap, this is the one I know about, guys, because we watched like a whole documentary about what happened here, guys, but I'll let it play.
Drake would take to Twitter in 2017 writing,
I'm sorry for I wasn't talking much, I was just looking up, and yes, American Idol is still a show, it still goes on, guys. I was just looking that up real quick.
"When you're not invited to the wedding, the message is clear. True colors have come out today. Message is loud and clear. Ties are officially cut. I'll miss you, brother," which was followed by Drake flaming Josh via
Bro took to Twitter to voice his frustrations, guys.
a text for the very same reason.
I'm getting married that night, and I see these text messages from him, like cursing me out.
He still has this I swear, his voice has not aged at all.
I'm like, on the night of my wedding.
The incident was a sad moment for fans of the show. However, 2 months later, they'd make up, apologize, and even post a 12 million view video together, implying that the duo was on good terms. That would be until 2021, when Drake found himself in a bunch of legal trouble.
Oh yeah, he got in some hot water.
Which Josh made the claim that they were never really friends.
Are you guys like not friends?
Not really, no. We made this thing that people really love, but maybe we weren't that close.
So you guys were never close during when you were filming, Drake and Josh? You were just kind of co-stars?
Obviously there were
Dang, bro. He's acting like the guy's a stranger to him, man.
Times where we were closer than not, but when inevitably the show ended, I mean, we're just totally different kids.
Sorry, he just sounds so, uncanny to me. I apologize.
These statements have since been criticised, given they'd spent a large amount of time together outside of the show, with one of these critics being Drake Bell himself, who'd give numerous examples of them hanging out together.
That's what bugged me about it. He's like, we weren't friends, we didn't hang out.
Your Christmas party, the party that I made.
He came all the way to Riverside to support me.
Josh is clearly trying to distance himself from Drake's sketchy legal situation, given Josh is still actively booking movie roles in an industry
And yeah, it does happen, guys.
where reputation is everything. There are obviously mixed reports about whether or not they liked each other as co-stars, although it seems obvious that they're now no longer on speaking terms, and neither are the two main hosts from Mythbusters.
Okay, this is the one I wanted to see, guys, the most. Them? I always thought they seemed like, you know, pretty like... They seem to hit it off like they're friends watching the show, guys, but... Okay, let's see.
Adam Savage and Jamie Hyneman hosted the show for more than 12 years, after which an article was published reading, "The Mythbusters always had an amazing secret weapon. They can't stand each other." The article referenced an interview from Entertainment Weekly, in which Jamie stated, "We like to point out we've known each other for 25 years and never once sat down to have a dinner alone together. We sort of managed to tolerate each other. I think it's probably safe to say that continuing our on-screen relationship in front of the camera is probably not happening." To back this up,
Jeez, this is a bombshell to me, guys. I totally thought they had like a little bit of chemistry at least, right?
Adam stated this.
No, I don't think.
But guys, I have a similar situation with somebody I know. I'm not gonna tell who. Like, you know, we can be friends like anywhere, but in the company of each other, guys. Kind of deal, bro. If anyone has something similar, let me know in the comments below.
Jamie and I will continue to work together on other projects. Jamie and I don't get along very well. That's not a secret we've held.
With him claiming it's not a secret they've held, as it was mentioned while the show was still running.
We are not friends. We tend to drive each other batty. We have never, in the 21 years we've known each other, had dinner alone together. Our very different personalities.
But yeah, totally have a similar situation, guys. It's like he's more like your unbiological brother than anything. It's so different, guys. I know exactly. I do have a friendship like that, I guess you can say.
This means that we spend a lot of time in sort of conflict.
Periodically, their behind-the-scenes animosity spilled out onto the camera.
What kind of seconds were you counting there? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? What kind of seconds are those? Who counts like that?
So it's no surprise that Adam would also state this.
There's a lot of fighting on camera. We got really mad at each other, like really significantly, vitriolically angry. We drive each other nuts every day. We get frustrated with each other on a daily basis.
However, the reason they're so proud of their awful friendship is because it's also their key to success.
The friction between Jamie and I has an integrity to it and a chemistry to it. We have respect for each other. We also drive each other absolutely batty.
We're not afraid to say something that will hurt the other's feelings because we don't care, Savage says. We consider it a point of pride that the right idea always wins. It doesn't matter whose it is. It's a working relationship based purely on respect and mutual gain, with their unconventional approach resulting in unconventional success as one of the most popular shows in TV history.
Alright guys, like, comment, subscribe, check out Sunny V2 in the description, and I'll see you guys next one. Peace out. Expresses how sad people who hate each other can act still best friends in movies. That's kind of scary. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. See you guys next one. Later.